Hey guys! In this video we're making a really simple double strand sliding knot bracelet. We've used two different colours of seed beads to make it look like two different bracelets, and we've made a single sliding knot for our bracelet. For our design we're using blue and white 4mm seed beads, and we're using 0.8mm polyester thread. We need two 45cm lengths for the bracelets and one 40cm length for the sliding knot. Now first thing we do is place the beads onto two of our threads. So I put a clip on the end so I don't lose my beads, and I'm placing the white beads onto one thread and the blue beads on the other thread. You can do whatever design you like or do the same beads on both threads, it really doesn't matter. It's totally up to you. So for this part here, I bead down a little bit bigger than my wrist measurement. So I'm about 16.5 centimeters, and I bead down to about 18 centimeters long on both threads. Okay, so once you've beaded down to about 18 centimeters or the exact same length on both cords, then we can tie a knot on the end of the beads on both sides. Now placing those ends together and the ends on this end as well, placing all the ends together, we want to slide the beads right into the middle of the cords. So just bringing them around so that they sit nice and evenly in that center part. Once your beads are in the middle, we're going to grab this point here on the end of our beads. So just sliding those beads along just a little bit, and then bring our cord around to form a loop, bringing the ends through the loop and pulling it down onto that spot. Making sure that knot's nice and tight. Now we slide the beads up towards the knot. Not too tight because we do want our bracelet to sit nice and flowy around our wrist. Now we swap the bracelet onto the opposite side, and we're going to tie a knot on this side as well. Now holding on to this point on this side of the beads as well, not too tight, bringing our cords around to form a loop, bringing the ends through the loop and pulling that down tight on this end as well. Making sure they're not too tight close together. We want the beads to be sort of nice and flowy and not be too tight and want to be kind of straight. So lay your bracelet down with these cords overlapped on the right hand side here, and grab that last 40cm piece of cord, placing it underneath where these cords overlap. Now bring the left side cord around across to the right, leaving a little loop here on the left hand side. Now bring the right side cord down over this cord and gently pass it underneath to come up this loop on the left hand side, pulling both ends tight. Now for a square knot slider we alternate each stitch. So this next stitch will be a right side stitch. So bringing the right side cord around across to the left, leaving our loop there. Left side cord comes down over this cord underneath to come up that loop on the right hand side, pulling both ends tight. Now we just continue alternating each stitch left to right until your little sliding knot is as long as you want it to be. Once you're happy with the size of your sliding knot there, then you can cut each cord off on the sides of the knot and gently melt and singe with the lighter. just making sure not to melt too much because we still need this knot to slide along. So I gently melt and tap it onto the side of the knot. Now you can try your bracelet on for size. So gently extending it out, making sure you've got enough room to fit over your hand onto your wrist, and then you can see where you need your little stopper knots to be. So bringing those cords around to form a loop, bringing the ends through the loop and pulling those knots down nice and even on both cords. You can double check it on your wrist one more time if you like, but if you're happy with it, then you can cut these tails off just outside the knots and cinch with a lighter so they don't fray. So there's your beautiful double strand sliding knot bracelet.